It was over 10 years ago now when I started the most life-changing thing that I would ever do, start my YouTube channel and content creating career. I think I'm actually finally ready to open up and share some tips for aspiring creators and just how this all came to be. What is up, my friends? It's Ray back here, and I've spent the past decade of my life creating videos right here on YouTube. That is pretty crazy, bizarre, like time flies so fast, my goodness. So in today's video, I thought it would be fun to share with you guys my 10-year experience as a YouTuber, as well as 10 tips for aspiring creators looking to do this crazy journey. So let's take a trip down memory lane. It was June 2009 when all of this began. I distinctly remember it, and I have that vision ingrained in my mind. Sitting on my parents' old Dell computer, the one where I would play endless hours of RuneScape on, watching videos and experimenting with video editing, specifically backyard wrestling videos. Yes, it was backyard wrestling of all things that inspired me to start YouTube. As I was watching those videos, I remember thinking that I could do better than this. Those who know me know that I've always been a huge pro wrestling fan, and there was a time when that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to become a pro wrestler. The first video that I ever uploaded to YouTube was me trying to work on my mic skills and ended up becoming a cringy look at my first WWE replica belt, and it's actually really hard to believe that that was actually me.
Hey guys, it's Darklink809, and I just bought a new used World Heavyweight Championship belt off eBay for about $160.
My goodness, watching that video back makes me cringe, but it also makes me realize just how much YouTube really truly changed my life. I was a scrawny, quiet kid with a dream, and when I say quiet, I mean really quiet. I always kept to myself, played video games, and never really talked to many people. Who you saw on YouTube was drastically different than the person behind the scenes at the time. Nowadays, what you see is what you get. I'm the same person both on and offline. YouTube cracked my shell like nothing else before it has, and it allowed me to become the person that I've always wanted to be. It's just insane to see that drastic change in myself from the beginning up until right now. Doing this not only gave me the confidence that I needed as a person, but it also set me on a career path that I became so passionate about. If I'm gonna be honest, this is my career now. It's what I'm known for. It's the exciting thing that I do. It's the thing that drives me forward, gets me so many fun opportunities, and connects me with so many incredible people. If it wasn't for having found this whole content creating thing, I seriously don't know what it is that I would be doing. I was going to school for engineering and video game design, so maybe something like that, but it's still tough to imagine what would I be doing without all of this. Even though my personal experience has been nothing short of life-changing, that doesn't mean that it's going to be the same for everybody who doesn't. You really have to have the motivation and make sacrifices to make this work. It's essentially a full-time job in itself, and if you're not willing to do the work, you're not going to succeed at it. I can't tell you how many times I've had long nights editing videos, gave up spending time with friends or family just to plan and produce and upload my next video. Believe me, there were many points where I felt like giving up, but once I found my groove and really organized things in terms of my workflows, it really has led to a much healthier lifestyle. Nowadays, I have a significantly better work-life balance that allows me to produce high-quality work while still maintaining my full-time job and personal life. It's a lot still, yes, but the work is so incredibly rewarding, and when you're so passionate about it, it really isn't considered a job. Like, you really love what you're doing, so it doesn't feel like work at all. Alright, so enough reminiscing on the past. If I were to give 10 tips to aspiring creators like a grandfather on YouTube, I would start off with saying know your limits. Knowing your limits and what you're capable of is the foundation for any job or hobby. Knowing how many videos you can make a week, what you're physically capable of doing in said videos, and even production-wise as far as filming, editing, and all of that goes, there are so many pieces to the puzzle as a creator, and knowing what you can and cannot do will give you the perfect starting point. 2. Produce for consistency. Find a schedule that works for you. If you aim to have 1 or 2 videos a week, plan your your content production accordingly. This is where I've fallen short many times, and if you obsess over it, it's gonna take its toll on you both physically and mentally. From experience, don't break your back over doing this. Tip number 3 is make sacrifices. I can't tell you guys how many times I had to make sacrifices spending time with family or friends because I wanted to complete and upload a video. Again, this goes back to my last 2 tips. It's easy to obsess over things, but if you don't make sacrifices to do this, you're not going to be able to make it work. Part of producing for consistency involves making sacrifices for more time here and there, and I'm sure once you get in the groove of it, it's going to be much easier. My 4th tip is to be passionate about the process and don't worry about the numbers. I can't tell you guys how many times I've gotten discouraged by views and stats. They are literally the thing that will drive you the most crazy, especially if you think your video idea is really good and it doesn't perform as expected. You really have to love and be passionate about the process to be consistent and succeed here on YouTube or any platform for that matter. The 5th tip I have would be to learn new things. Whether that's learning a new skill like filming, editing, marketing your videos, or acting for being in front of the camera, there are so many new skills that you can learn by doing YouTube that also apply to real-world jobs. By being a content creator, you are filling 4 or 5 roles in a corporate job with your own 2 hands, and there's nothing quite like having a versatile skill set and being that person that people go to for advice and to learn new things. Number 6 would be to use your platform as a portfolio. Once I started realizing the power of social media early in my YouTube career, I started using my channel as a portfolio to showcase the work that I could do in the real world. This no doubt led to some incredible opportunities over the years. There's nothing quite like having that one link, that one-stop shop for all of your work, and if you treat it as such, the sky is literally the limit. Number 7 would be to work with brands and take opportunities. Pitching yourself to brands isn't the only thing that you can do. At some point, they're gonna reach out to you and want to work with you. So my advice would be to take any and all opportunities that you can get, even if it's not the brand that you want. Gain all of the experience and knowledge that you can and then try for what you want. There's a lot of opportunity out there, and who knows, maybe one can lead to another and can lead to another and can lead to your favorite one. Don't give up because there's a lot out there. The tip I have at number 8 is not to put all of your eggs in one basket. Don't be afraid to experiment and try new things. Whether that's with your content or behind the scenes, there are so many different ways to switch it up and just learn new things. Who knows? Like the previous tip, this could also lead to some pretty fun new opportunities. The tip I have at number 9 would be to keep it real and just be you. In the beginning of my content creating journey, I loved making short films and skits. They were just so much fun to me. However, they just didn't perform too well, and I think that's because they weren't relatable. You know, I really didn't get to showcase Ray as a person. It wasn't until I let myself go and just let me be myself when things really started picking up, like in this video right here. And lastly, the 10th and final tip that I have would be to promote like you are the hottest thing. Even if you have only 4 or 5 followers, make captions, titles, and all your social media posts captivating. Make people want to watch what you are serving up. Make yourself seem like the hottest thing, a big deal. There's a lot of content out there nowadays, and your biggest competition isn't other creators, it's the viewers. Gaining their attention, keeping them engaged, and making them want to come back is one of the toughest things that you're gonna have to do, so don't be afraid to experiment and be proud of the work that you do. So there you have it, my 10-year experience as a YouTuber and 10 tips that I have for aspiring creators. There is not a day that goes by where I do not love what I do. I love every single second of this journey and just getting to spend it with you guys. Creating content is not an easy thing to do by any means necessary. Like I mentioned before, if this were a business, you would be working 5 jobs. Managing social media, planning videos, editing videos, being in front of the camera, reaching out to brands, pitching yourself, marketing yourself, and so on. There are so many pieces to the puzzle to make this work, and even to this very day, I am still trying to figure it out. One thing is for certain though, if I were to quit YouTube right here, right now, I would be so proud of myself of everything that I accomplished. Never in my wildest dreams did I expect any of this, and I'm just scratching the surface of how far I can go. This is me telling you guys that no matter what your dreams are, go for it. You do not need millions of views to be be a successful creator. Don't get discouraged by the numbers, don't get discouraged by views, and keep your head held up high. Let me tell you guys, I've got a lot left in the tank here, and I'm really excited to see how far things will go. What's next for Ray is to keep on trucking along and making awesome stuff, so stay tuned. Anywho, that's about it for this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it and found it helpful. If you did and you liked what you saw, be sure to give it a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button because it always helps out the channel. And until the next one, I'll catch you guys later. Peace!